Gracias por estar con nosotros. Soy Jairo de la Prensa Latina y aquí estoy con Leighanne Soden. Miss Leighanne Soden, thank you for allowing us to come to your beautiful office. You know, I admire the decor that you have here. Really, really awesome.
Thank you.
And Miss Leighanne, I want you to just kind of have an introductory, right? Like introduce us, what you do, and what West Cancer does, so our Latino community just can, if they haven't heard of West Cancer, now they do, and just kind of give us, I guess I wouldn't say your elevator speech, but just give us a quick rundown.
Sure, I'm very passionate about our work, so it's very easy to talk about what we do. We were founded in 2020. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization. We work with all providers in the city of Memphis, all hospital systems, any oncology providers. We work with everyone, not just specific to any one hospital system or clinic. And that's, I think, one thing about us. It's the beauty of us, and what makes us very unique is, we don't really. It doesn't matter to us who is your provider.
Right.
We just want to help you with the programs, and that's what we do. Our tagline to West Cancer Foundation is, "We're breaking barriers to cancer care." And every day, what we do is exactly that, because every day we have programs like transportation, that is our largest program. That program, last year we served over 7,000 patients.
Wow.
Transportation, just to and from any oncology-related appointment.
Wow.
So transportation is a huge barrier in this city.
How far
We
on
go
the
40
transportation?
miles out.
40 miles out. Okay.
And that's just the biggest need, especially when you're talking about cancer and people receiving regular treatments, whether it's weekly or every day for radiation. You can't miss one of those appointments because it affects your outcomes. So we want to make sure that any patient that needs that help, that they can get to their appointment and safe and.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And you can find this information, of course, on your website.
Yes.
And the initial transportation scheduling. Do you have to be a member, patient? Is there anything? Just
call us or go online and let us know what you need, and we will get it scheduled for you.
Perfect. And you mentioned the breaking barriers, right? That's one of your taglines, and it's interesting because one of the, there's a lot of barriers, of course, in the Latino community here. Language barrier, culture barrier, and I was just having this conversation with another meeting yesterday about the word cancer, especially in the Hispanic community. It's very, and I guess it's just not in any community, right? It's very scary. And so with our Latino community, we don't want to know about it. It's like, even if we think if it's breast cancer or something like that, we just don't. So there's a lot of education that's going on with what we want to do with the community. On West Cancer's part, and what have you guys implemented within your organization to break those barriers, to introduce West Cancer to the Latino community or any other cultures?
Sure. Transportation, you've met Cynthia Bowers, who is our incredible Director of Community Engagement. She is out literally visiting people like you and
that's
others
why we're here,
all day, every day, to make sure that the right people that can refer people to us know about the free services that we provide. Like I said, transportation is the biggest. Just hard cost, that's about $250,000 a year out of our budget. So that's the second largest line item that we have is transportation, but it is that important. And that's why we put so much resources towards that program. We also do free breast screenings. Everything we do is also printed in Spanish. We're working right now to get our website in Spanish and English. But all of our program cards, everything that Cynthia goes out and gives to anyone she meets with, they're in Spanish and English.
Yes.
So we're really proud about that. We do have an interpreter, sort of on call, on demand interpreter. Anytime we need that assistance, we can call someone and they can help with a person that needs to make an appointment, but their English isn't as good. We'll help them with that, so that we try to eliminate any barrier that anyone might have to getting to us. So the breast screenings are so important, early detection, and yes, it is a cultural thing. And even it's not just the underserved. It's a lot of people still don't like talking about their cancer diagnosis.
Right.
But we do things in such a way that we want to make sure the patient feels very comfortable, and we have staff that works directly with them, and to give them a sense of calmness and that they know that we're going to take really good care of them, regardless of the language barrier.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Cynthia does a great job. I mean,
She
she's,
is.
we were just discussing this before, and it's like, hey, are you gonna be at the Latino Chamber of Commerce? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, she knew before I probably knew. It's like, of course, we have a mixer coming up, or we'll meet with other leaders out there. But she's doing a fantastic
She
job,
is.
so praise to her. And so we want to talk about cancer. I know we talked
Mm-hmm.
about breast cancer. It doesn't necessarily just have to be one gender, right?
No.
We talked about women.
Mm-hmm.
There's also for men.
Yes.
What?
Yes, we just launched a prostate screening program last fall. It was very successful. So we're going to have 2 more this year, definitely. We might have 3, but definitely we're going to have 2 events. And we know y'all are going to help us spread the word about that to
Of
get
course.
folks to come out. And
Yeah.
it's just a blood draw. That's what we like to assure all of the men. It is just a little blood draw. That's it.
Okay.
Nothing else. And then we'll take it from there if the follow-up is needed from
Okay,
the blood
perfect.
test. But that's so important, especially in our underserved communities, the prostate and breast screening, because they're the 2 of the largest cancer killers, specifically to our Mid-South region.
And this is all completely free.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
So, we really want to emphasize that. It's like I don't say there's no excuse, but there's shouldn't be any kind of like no excuse for us to go and get checked, including
Right.
myself, including the rest of the community.
Yes.
So it's free for women, for men.
Mhm.
And I saw, and it was your boutique that you have here.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. We are so proud of our Sweet Wig Beauty Boutique.
Yeah.
A young lady that manages that program, she actually named it. We had a sort of a contest. It was come up with a really fun name for our wig room. So Sweet Wig Beauty Boutique is the name of this, and Divine Heron manages that program. Ladies can go online, or they can call us, and we'll set up an appointment for them to come in. And Divine will go. They'll tell her what they are looking for, what their needs are, and she'll go ahead and pull some wigs for them to try on. But we let them go in this beautiful space that you saw. We try to make like a spa-like experience, with
Right.
waterfall and the soft
That's
music
amazing,
playing,
yeah.
and low lighting, and just a comfortable area where people, don't feel embarrassed for any reason.
Mm-hmm.
And Divine does such a good job with these ladies. So many of them, they come in and they're not feeling well first and foremost because they're in active treatment, lost their hair, and some of them, always a little bit of I'm having to get a free wig, sort of that little stigma. But by the time Divine has the ladies in there and she has them fitted for their wigs, they're laughing and having a great time. They bring their sisters, they bring their sorority sisters,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we make it a really nice experience for them, because no woman should ever have to at night go, okay, can I buy a wig, or do I have to put food on the table for my kids? No woman should have to make that decision ever.
That's awesome.
And it's a small line item on the budget, but it is huge as far as the impact.
It's good because you're taking care of that emotional need as well.
Yes.
That so of course the physical need, if with early detection, the transportation, the wigs. I think you have an overall outstanding organization, and for those that want to learn more, and it is completely free. Your services, the way they can donate to your cause, the way they can, if somebody needs your resources, how can they reach you? What's the best way?
Our website, or they can call our main number, and someone will get with them within 24 hours.
Okay.
For any of the services. We also just launched, you mentioned the emotional side of the wigs. We just launched a mental health screening program for cancer patients or their caregivers. A lot of caregivers sometimes suffer a very different kind of
That's right.
of pain and suffering with their loved one. And so we have opened that up, and because mental health is so important in our community, especially if you're a cancer patient, and if you're underserved, you really need someone to talk with, and your loved one, if it's a terminal diagnosis, your loved one is going to need
I can imagine that, because it's how do you deal with you as a mother or a father or a spouse or a brother with a family member, but then also how can you communicate with them, and how can you understand, and how that's very important too.
We're excited about that program.
So if somebody calls, reach out, of course they're gonna have that. They're gonna be able to speak Spanish, and there's somebody on the other line, right? Perfect.
Yes.
And so I want to make sure that we have all the information too from La Prensa Latina. Here, of course, you can reach out to us in La Prensa. We'll make sure that we give you your contact information.
Absolutely.
thank you so much for being in this, allowing us to come into your space,
Well, thank
talk to
you.
us for a few minutes. Really appreciate it. And congrats to you and your team for a
Thank
job
you.
well done.
Thank you. I'm very honored. Thank
Thank
you.
you.